Essentially, what you're doing is you are elevating your frequency, you are elevating your energy, and by you doing so, you are also elevating those around you, okay? It's very contagious. Beauty that shines from within to out is very contagious, and just make sure that you are being yourself, you are being super positive, and everything will work out. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to create beauty in your life and how to radiate beauty. I know when it comes to beauty, there is just like this whole thing on social media where people necessarily go for aesthetics and how things are perceived and how things are put together, how it looks to others and how it looks to you. But I want to encourage you guys to dig a little bit deeper and find ways to implement beauty in your life in ways that are relatively simple, really easy, and just a great start for wanting to tap into radiating beauty. So one of the first things that you can do to radiate beauty and kind of just create that energy of beauty around you is going to be by starting off by keeping your space clean, okay? Definitely a messy girl, and I do find myself sometimes being messy, like having things all over the place, but it's very, very crucial to try to create some sort of organization because messy energy or dirty energy is never what you want to be around you. And one of the easiest ways to keep your space clean is to simply remind yourself that I am deserving of a clean space, or you can tell yourself, my future self will thank me to be able to have this clean space. So those are just some tips and tricks when it comes to keeping your space clean. Sometimes you might want to reword the way you're thinking about it. So you might say something like, I'm going to reward myself with a clean space, okay? So being able to just slow down and acknowledge that you having a clean space is a reward to yourself is literally the best, right? And that's something that's free, and you can easily do that to create beauty within your life and radiate beauty as well. Number 2 is going to be ditching the ugly clothes, okay? And now I have a video on my YouTube where I talk about creating your own internalized beauty standard, and I also talk about why looking and feeling good is really, really important, and I kind of touch on that. But you want to go ahead and ditch your ugly clothes, okay? So this is very subjective to your budget, how much money you like to spend on clothes. I am definitely a clothes hog, but I do find ways to shop that makes sense for me. So for example, I thrift, so I'm able to get very unique and vintage pieces that not everybody might have for a lower amount of money. If you find that you can't shop right now, I would definitely say look into upcycling. That's something that I really want to get into, but I will get into it this year eventually, and I'll make posts about it. But if maybe you have an old dress, find ways to maybe turn it into a 2-piece set, okay? Maybe you have an old t-shirt, find ways to make it look better, okay? And when I say your ugly clothes, I'm talking about the dingy clothes, the sweats, the leggings, the tights, the clothes with like stains and stuff. Throw it all out, okay? Even going as far as like the clothes that you wear when you're at home, instead of wearing like big ugly clothes because you're at home and no one's gonna see you, I would definitely say maybe try a house dress, right? Get a few house dresses and switch between those, or maybe wear something that you feel cute. You know, sometimes it's definitely okay to get done up and be home. Like, you don't always have to get done up and go out, right? So sometimes it's nice to just get done up and sit in your own space, in your own energy, and that is a great way to foster that sense of beauty and radiating beauty. I think a lot of times when people think of getting ready, they think of going out, but sometimes you can sit there and enjoy that for yourself as well. And when it comes to clothes, I would definitely say to try not to follow trends. You want to go ahead and try to like find clothes that are unique to you, okay? So I'm talking like, you know, something, maybe you really like yellow, right? And you have like this yellow statement bracelet that you wear. It's unique to you, all right? Maybe somewhere out there someone is doing the same thing, but in this moment it's unique to you. And in that way you're creating your own identity instead of just following trends, and you end up looking like everyone else, right? And sometimes it's cool for certain occasions, but you don't want your closet to be full of trends because trends die out eventually. I'm 25, and the things that I was wearing when I was 16 is coming back up now, and it's so weird to see because I'm like, am I getting old? Like, why is 2016 a style? Like, this was me in high school, but that's just how it is, right? Trends recycle, so don't try to get caught up in being into trends, and instead find your own unique style that's timeless, that you can wear when you're 20, when you're 30, when you're 40, when you're 50, whatever the case may be. And now creating beauty in your life is something that, you know, literally all it takes is taking steps to achieve it. There's multiple things you can do, and not all things requires money, right? A lot of these things require habit changes and mindset changes, right? Another thing that you can do to implement beauty in your life is understanding your work, okay? Obviously, a lot of us, we do have jobs, we work 9 to 5s, we work businesses, stay-at-home moms, whatever the case you do, right? We all have some type of work that's going on for us. One of the worst things you can do is lose yourself in your work to the point where all of your energy falls into it, right? So you want to go ahead and create a work-life balance, okay? If you are fortunate enough to have a job that's in your passion, I applaud you and I love that for you, but not everyone is like that, right? So if you're someone, let's say you work a typical job, but you have passions, find the balance of you going to work and then maybe later on you doing your passions. Maybe 3 times a month you're doing your passions, right? And definitely don't let yourself get burnt out. And if you are someone, let's say, who do work long hours, I want you to rewire your frame of thinking, right? So like, let's say, for example, you're a girl and you work a lot of hours during the week, right? Understood, these are the hours you have to work to make your money, right? Rewire your thought process so that when you are taking a nap or when you are taking your self-care bath, whatever the case may be, you're thinking, okay, I worked hard to receive what I needed, and now I'm going to foster this energy into taking care of myself, okay? And treat that very diligently. Treat that literally like your baby, your self-care time, especially if you work really, really hard. And that way you're able to create a balance of still finding beauty in your life, even though you're maybe an overworker or you're working a lot, while also working. I think that's one of the biggest things, especially if you can't change your circumstances. Essentially, you have to be able to find the beauty and the light in it, because if you don't, then you're going to be depleted and you're just not going to find beauty in anything, right? So you really have to find the beauty in things, okay? It could be something as simple as once you come home, you're taking a shower and you're switching into like your house dress. That can be a moment for you of finding that inner beauty, okay? And literally, that's all that it is. Also, I don't want you guys to see hard work as something that's harsh or demeaning. I definitely want you to create a reward system for yourself. So let's say, for example, during the week you had a really big project, accept that project, you did it, and now you get to reward yourself with something. Maybe it's a nap, maybe it's a longer shower, maybe it's a walk in the park, whatever the case may be. Reward yourself for your hard work, so you know that yes, even though you are working hard towards whatever the case may be, there is a reward system for yourself, okay? And you can even go as far as like getting yourself flowers or whatever the case may be, whatever you like. Just make sure to reward yourself for your hard work. Another easy way to create beauty in your life is literally to slow down. And now you guys know that I was raised in New York, so I am very used to a fast-paced life. But even while I was up there, I found ways to slow down and find the beauty in the little things. So I would go to like Prospect Park and do my picnics there, or I would just like go for walks and stuff like that. And that really helped me to slow down. This week, I was very intentional about going for a walk in this park in the state that I live in, and it's really, really beautiful. And I was just like doing laps around it, and it really helped me to slow down and appreciate the beauty in nature and even the beauty in other people and in situations, and it just made me less aggravated, right? Slowing down is not always the easiest thing to do, especially when you have school, when you have work, but literally it's creating pockets of your day to intentionally slow down, right? So if you have a fast-paced life, that's okay. Just find 30 minutes to an hour to slow down and be a little bit more slow-paced and help you to flow better. Another way to create beauty in your life is to dilly-dally, and that's definitely one of my favorite things to do. On the weekends, I'll kind of just like wake up and have no objective, and I'm just like, well, obviously if I didn't live in the driving city, I'd be walking, but I'm just driving around with no goal in mind, okay? And now the reason why I encourage people to dilly-dally is because dilly-dallying basically sets you up to be in positions that you didn't plan, right? Like positions where this is not structured, this is not part of your plan, it's just you free-flowing. And I feel like as women specifically, it is very, very important for us to just go with the flow. Everything does not have to be structured and planned, especially if you are working where you do have a job that's more structured and planned. Your weekends don't need to be structured and planned, right? As long as you know you're getting your to-do list done, it's okay to dilly-dally every now and then. Sometimes I might go to a thrift shop and just look around, or I might just drive around, or I might people watch, whatever the case may be. Make sure you are implementing dilly-dallying into your day so that you're able to slow down you're able to really be with yourself, hear your thoughts, connect with people, and literally create a life of beauty. And with dilly-dallying being said, I also want you guys to remember that time is not against you. I know it's very easy to feel like, oh my gosh, like it's 11 and it's gonna be 1 soon, and tomorrow I have this planned out, right? I really, really encourage y'all to live in the moment. And one of the ways that I do that sometimes is I'll listen to slower paced music, or I literally just go on YouTube and get the meditation music and play it. And it really helps you to slow down and just be in the moment, okay? One of the biggest things that people often miss is that when you're in a rush or you feel like there is a lack thereof of time, you miss out on the small things that makes your day better, okay? So definitely just remember to slow down. Time is not against you, right? On a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, on a month-to-month basis, or even on a year-to-year basis. I know society has a lot of social timelines for people, but I want you guys to know that this is your life and you operate the way you want it to be, okay? So you move at your own pace. Another way for you to create beauty in your life and to radiate beauty is to release the grasp of technology. And now this is definitely a hard one for me, because I know months ago I said that I wasn't going to be on TikTok, and I'm back on TikTok literally to boost my YouTube page. And it is so addictive because once you start scrolling, it's so easy to just start doom scrolling. And there is a lot of videos, there are a lot of opinions, just a lot going on. And it is just not normal for your brain to be getting that much information in that time frame. So definitely trying to release the grasp of technology. Every now and then I'll like delete my apps for a few days just to reset. I would definitely suggest that. Or even just like using your phone maybe for pictures instead of scrolling, right? Or if you're out in nature or whatever the case may be, maybe just put your phone away and really live in the moment. Sometimes when I go for walks around my neighborhood, I try to leave my phone at home so I don't have a reason to be on my phone or to be connected. Being connected is important, but we need to make sure that we're limiting the amount of time we are connected to our devices. And definitely last but not least is going to be to change your wording and your mindset. One of the biggest things about radiating beauty and just finding beauty in your life is literally the way you think, right? So if you're the type of person who finds that, you know, you're more negative, you might not easily find beauty in your life just because your mindset is already negative, right? I know I have a plethora of videos about this on my channel where I talk about how if you are someone who operate in a negative mindset, you will attract, right? What you put out there is what you attract. So if you're the type of person that's like, oh yeah, every time I go to the park, I step on dog poop, right? Guess what? When you go to the park, you're going to step on dog poop because you're literally attracting that. Versus if you were to say, well, every time I go to the park, I get to pet a dog and like babies smile at me. Guess what's going to happen? When you go to the park, you're going to get to pet a dog and babies are going to smile at you. You literally create the life and you create the vision that you want for yourself. So definitely change your mind and change your frame of thinking, right? So instead of being negative, try to be positive. And moments where you find that you're stressed out, or in moments where you find that you're a little bit aggravated, try to find the beauty in it. You know what I mean? Not too long ago, I went on a trip with one of my good friends, and you know, we had a whole issue with the cars. And yes, I was upset, but instead of being upset about it, I was like, you know what, let's make some TikToks and laugh about it. And we literally were dilly-dallying in the grass, okay? So literally find ways to find beauty in things is literally finding ways to find the light in things, okay? And essentially what you're doing is you are elevating your frequency, you are elevating your energy, and by you doing so, you are also elevating those around you, okay? It's very contagious. Beauty that shines from within to out is very contagious. And just make sure that you are being yourself, you are being super positive, and everything will work out for you guys. And that's all I have for today's video. I had a really good time filming this. I'm not in my regular home. I'm actually in Virginia. If you look back there, you can kind of see the water. But this was really fun filming. I have not done one of these videos in a while, and I have a plethora of notes, so I just need to start doing them. I'm very much so a perfectionist, so I always feel like I have to come on here with my makeup and my hair and my outfit. Yeah, I came on here with a sports bra, like light beat. I just gotta stop being a perfectionist and just come on here. But I really have fun talking to you guys, and if you like this video, definitely hit that subscribe button for more. and comment any suggestions, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.